So hi everyone, welcome back to Grape Wealth Management's YouTube channel. So excited you guys are here. If you haven't already done so, please go ahead, click below and subscribe, and I'm just going to jump right into it. Today we're going to talk about rolling over an old 401k and what is an IRA, an IRA, and what is a traditional IRA versus a Roth IRA. When rolling over a 401k, it is extremely important that you already have an IRA established to roll those funds into directly. So I'm going to walk you through it. So we're going to say that you have an old 401k with Fidelity, we'll call it. And now you are looking to retire and you are interested in rolling that 401k from your old 401k into an IRA. Now an IRA stands for Individual Retirement Account. Now there's two types of IRAs to keep it simple for video purposes. The first of which is a traditional IRA or a Roth IRA. Now, with a traditional IRA, this is pre-taxed money. And so these funds have been invested typically in a 401k, and those funds have not been taxed yet. And so the nice thing is that you are able to have all of that money work for you, be invested in the market, and allow for it to grow over time. Now, on the other end, when you go to take out those funds out of your IRA, you have to start taking them out. By law, you have a required minimum distribution, also known as Rmds, and this is at age 72. And so at age 72, the IRS comes to you and says, hey, you haven't paid any money on or any taxes on these funds, and now you're getting older. We want to make sure that you pay taxes on this money. So at age 72, you have to start taking out of your traditional IRA. Now, normally it's not a large amount, but it is a small amount that you have to take out every year from age 72 moving on. Now, in the event that you do not take that required minimum distribution that year, then there's a hefty penalty at 50%. That's right, 50. However much you're supposed to take out, in the event that you do not take out that amount, if you're over the age of 72, then you get a 50% penalty. So 50% of the required amount that you were supposed to take. So it's very important that you take it out. On the other end, when we look at a Roth IRA is all based on after-tax money. So the money that has gone in, you have already paid taxes on it. The big benefit there is that later on down the road, when you go to take out these funds, you do not have to worry about paying any taxes. And so all of that growth is completely tax-free, which is really exciting. So that's the difference. Simply with a traditional IRA, these funds have not been taxed yet, whereas a Roth IRA, these funds have already been taxed. For illustration purposes, we are going to talk about rolling over a traditional 401k into a traditional IRA. It's important that when you roll over your 401k, that you roll it into the same type of tax treatment. And so, for example, if you're rolling over a Roth 401k, then you want to make sure that that rolls into a Roth IRA. And same thing on the traditional side. And so last thing that you want to do is roll your traditional 401k over into a Roth IRA. And the reason being is because all of that money would be taxed in the event that you did that. And so let's say that you have a $200,000 plus traditional 401k and you roll that over into a Roth IRA, then now you are going to have over $200,000 in income for the year, and that's not what you want. You do not want to be pushed into that very high tax bracket. Now, when rolling over an old 401k, so again, traditional 401k into a traditional IRA, again, first thing is that you are going to want to make sure that you have that traditional IRA already established. Now, the second thing is you are going to give your 401k company a call. So normally if you log in and look at your 401k, there will be a 1-800 number that you could call. In this example, as you could see, this is the 1-800 number that you would call. Now, when you give them a call, you're simply going to let them know that you are interested in rolling over your 401k. They will ask you a few questions, primarily making sure that you are who you say you are. They will verify some information, and then from there, they'll let you know the current balance of your 401k and what it's worth as of that day. Now, once you let them know that you want to roll over those funds, they will say, okay, we could take care of that for you, and they'll walk you through a few questionnaires. And simple as that, they should be able to cut you a check, most likely that following business day. I would say majority of the time, the 401k provider will want to send the check directly to the address of record. And so that would be coming to your home. And typically, they'll also allow for you to overnight that if you want. If not, then it's just normal delivery time, which is usually 5 to 7 business days. I know that might be a little nerve-wracking, right? A lot of my clients say, hey Alex, I don't feel comfortable them sending this large check via mail and me just waiting to receive it inside of my mailbox. And so if you would like to overnight it, just let them know, and typically they'll accommodate for that. But I can let you know, based on my experience in doing hundreds of rollovers, I have not once haven't had an issue with the check getting lost or it not arriving. But also keep in mind, guys, it is a check. And so in the event that that does happen, you simply give them a call and let them know that the check did not arrive, and they will go ahead, cancel the check, and issue you a new one. So it's not the end of the world if that does happen. Now, once you receive that check, now you are going to deposit that check into your IRA. When you deposit that check, you have a total of 60 days to deposit that check into your tax sheltered vehicle before you have to pay taxes on those funds. Keep in mind, guys, again, 60 days until those funds will be taxed. Last thing that you want to do is to take that check, put it in a drawer, and forget about it. That will be considered as income in the event that you do not deposit it into your new IRA within 60 days. So other than that, guys, it's really that simple in order to roll over your old 401k. We here at Grape Wealth Management assist with rolling over that 401k. So if it feels too daunting for you, feel free to give us a call. We'll be more than happy to take care of that process, along with, of course, making sure that it is invested properly in the new vehicle that it's going into. So again, guys, I appreciate you being here. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below, or simply give us a call and we'll be more than happy to assist with any of your retirement needs. Until next time, I look forward to speaking with you soon.